Hey, everyone. How are you on this awesome Monday morning? Well, Monday morning for you West Coasters and Monday afternoon for anyone on the East Coast, and apparently lunchtime for anyone in between, right? Hey. Wow, we got Abe, the Sausage King of Chicago, here today. Hey. You see the chat, Damon, on your side so you can see
I
everyone
am.
chiming in?
I'm looking. There's 25 people on now, so I can see them
All right.
signing up.
All right, guys. Welcome. Who here is familiar with Pixnub? And who here is familiar with Photo Day? And who here uses both? I am Lisa Malice. I am with Team Photo Day today, and we have Damon with Damon Bell with Pixnub here with his new product, Face Crop, aka Green Skater. I love these comments. You guys are awesome. So we're gonna show you guys Face Crop today and talk a little bit about it, as well as how you can utilize that for different use cases within Photo Day. So if you haven't heard of Photo Day yet, we have tons of webinars all about Photo Day. We're not going to get into detail today about Photo Day. It's more about Damon and his product, Face Crop. Let's see, just giving everybody a minute to get in here. And we got Wes Green in here from Photo Day. He's moderating. So if there's questions that you have that Damon or myself cannot get to, Wes can try to field those out for you as well. Oh, this is Brian. Why are you using a fake name? That's
We've got
awesome.
spies in here.
Me too. You just crack me up. Crack me up. Yeah, so today, Kathleen, everything is about Damon's Face Crop product. So thanks for joining us today. Hi, haven't seen you in a while. Awesome. All right, let's get started, guys. So, why did we decide to do this webinar together? Well, we're all about time equals money, right? Making things more convenient, developing tools to help you with your workflow. So you spend less time behind the desk and more time doing what you love, which is taking photos. So, with all of that said, that's what Photo Day is all about. We are all about making Picture Day simple, and that is why we're always searching for tools for our users to help save you guys time, which essentially saves you guys money. So hopefully you enjoy today's presentation about this product. It's not going to be a long webinar. We're not going to talk for an hour. I don't think we can talk for an hour about face crop, Damon. What do you think?
It's cropping. There's not much too exciting to talk about.
But there will be a chance for you guys to ask plenty of questions along the way. And there's going to be a demo about how it all works. So let's see what our next up. Introducing Face Crop by Pixnub, guys. This is what it's all about today. So we're going to talk about some different use cases, how you can fully utilize Face Crop especially alongside of Photo Day. So if you're already using Photo Day, if you're thinking about using Photo Day, but you're worried about the head sizes, the consistency of it all, this is a great way. It's a great tool to make sure that you have consistent head sizes. So here's a couple different use cases for those of you that aren't familiar. Obviously, is yearbooks. When you're doing those exports out of Photo Day specifically for the PSPA or the service items, yearbooks are super important that all the kids' faces are the same size, and that if they're wearing hats or funny things on their head, that their faces are still the same size. And it
Hey,
doesn't.
Lisa,
Yeah.
can I ask you a question quick? Just to clarify, that was not done with face crop, that slide, right? That last one?
That slide in particular, I really don't know where we pulled that image from. It was just to show a yearbook page.
Just wanted to make sure because I saw some inconsistencies. I just didn't want anybody else to see those and think that was done with my product.
Oh, no. I think it was just a sample yearbook page.
Just making sure that was made clear there.
Yeah. So Damon's product will do better than this example that we're showing right here. So of a yearbook. to clear that up. But also for service items, when you're creating or using the service items export, to make sure that everyone has the ID cards or the cum sheets, the little sticker sheets, or the principal directory pages, to get all of the faces the same size. You can use that export along with the uploaded images that come out that are processed by FaceCrop to achieve that consistency for you guys. You don't have to worry about it. And then one of the other cool things that this tool does is it takes the same photo and it applies multiple crops. Damon, can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, this was actually requested by a couple people. Mike Price in particular of Fairfield Photography. I worked with him in developing this, but we thought it'd be really cool to get to where you can offer the parents multiple crops without having to spend time cropping each one. So from a single image, give them more of a zoom in and a zoom out, and just be able to process those all at one time. So it's it's flexible. You can set up your own crops. It's not just what comes preset in there. As I show in the video, you can make your own presets. So it's flexible to crop however you want to. And for landscape or portrait too, that's the other thing I don't show in the video, but you can make landscape crops if you need to as well.
Yep, that's pretty awesome. So just giving them a variety. And as we know, with any online or proofing platform, image is everything, and how you present the images that are captured to the end consumer, that is going to greatly affect the sales, those view to purchases. Because if they see images that aren't great or not consistent, then they might not want to make a purchase because they think that's how the final product's going to come. So it's so important with these tools that are available to you to make sure that the editing and the cropping is consistent, everything looks good before they're posted online, because that does affect your overall sales and the participation in an online commerce, the e-commerce environment. So definitely an important point. So we are going to show you a video of how this all works, and then feel free, guys, to ask questions along the way. I'm going to go ahead and set this up to play it. Let's see.
Hello everyone, this is Damon with Pixnub Software, and this is just a quick demonstration of a new plugin that we just released, and that is called FaceCrop. Now the purpose of FaceCrop is to batch process cropping using face detection, mainly for school photography. I'm just going to demonstrate this here running 2 presets. You can create your own presets, and you can batch process as many of those as you want at the same time. I'm going to actually group the output folders by preset, which will put each preset in their own folder. And let's just hit run and watch it go. All right, let's open up and take a look at a few of our images here. So it's made a folder called FaceCrop, and under that folder, as mentioned, I selected the preset to, or the setting to put each preset in its own folder. So we have our yearbook crops, which are more closely cropped, and then the portrait crops that are a little more zoomed out. And you can set these presets up however you want. It's up to you. Let's just open a few of these here and take a look at them. Now, one thing that FaceCrop does, let me zoom to fit the screen so we can see this a little bit better. But one thing FaceCrop does that no other program on the market does is it truly recognizes from the chin to the top of the subject. So the top of the subject could be the top of their head. It could be a graduation cap, as in this image. It could be bows or anything else on the top of their head. And you can see in these images, the top of that hat is aligned perfectly the same each time. Let me open another folder of images here to show you that. It doesn't have to be necessarily graduation caps. Let's just open these 3 images here, and these have all been cropped with FaceCrop. Let's fit these all to the screen. But you can see, if you notice, the top of those flowers here match the same height as the top of this bow and the top of this hair. It maintains that perfect top margin each time. I'm just going to real quick open one more image and just show you too how easy it is to create a preset in here, because when I started the batch, you see that I've already had a couple presets made. You go back to those graduation images. Graduation caps are one that always give photographers a tough time because everybody wears their hat a little bit differently. With this software, that doesn't matter because if I go into this create presets here, you'll just notice when we do that, it's going to recognize the top of this graduation cap. It's actually going to put some guides in here so you can see where the algorithm recognizes the bottom of the chin and the top of the graduation hat. And if you want to make a preset, it's just as simple as setting your zoom, which is the just how far you're zoomed into the image, and then your Y position, which is up and down, and your X position is left and right. You could adjust this left or right if you wanted to, but typically you'll leave that right in the middle on that. And then once you get your numbers dialed in like you want, then you'll just go to your create preset, give it a name, it's just that simple. So now you have this new preset. I'm just going to exit here without applying. Let's close all the images because I need to be closed to go back into the batch processor. And then once I'm in the batch processor, you see that new preset that I made that is called My Preset. That's now available. So it's just that easy. You go and you make a preset, you come into the batch processor, you select it, and you run this on your entire folder of images. And one thing this software does really well is it detects faces without issues. It's got a 99.99% detection rate. You're not going to have problems with missing face detections. So if you've tried other softwares in the past and you've had problems where it didn't detect the faces, or if you've had problems where it doesn't align the bows or the hats or the hair on the top and give you a good top margin, I highly recommend checking this software out and trying it because it's going to give you some results that are actually going to amaze you. I'm pretty confident of that.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching that video. We'll get to some questions here next. So let's see.
Hey, where do I see these? Can I see these too? Because I don't see anything on the right side.
You don't see your chat window? Click on your chat window.
It says
you have the little.
I don't know. I see enable chat on.
Underneath
that. Oh, there we go. I got it.
Now you can see everybody. So you got some questions coming in right now. Jeffrey's asking, can you use 2 presets at the same time?
You can use as many as you want. In that video where I clicked on 2, actually I did 2 in that video, but you can do 20, you can do 100 if you want, as many as you want to run.
Yeah, I think he has got another question. He bought this last year. Is there an update or how does he get it?
For portrait crop? Yeah, it's the same license keys. The old portrait crop program, the keys will work with it, so you just download an update. I rebranded and renamed it just because this new algorithm is so revolutionary. I didn't want a lot of people who tried portrait crop and thought it wasn't, perfect with the bows and that sort of thing to not come back and try it again because, like I say, this new algorithm is completely different. But the license key system is the same, so it'll work with it. It even says so right on the website, if you look right there, compatible with portrait crop license keys.
Cool. So everyone here, if you already have portrait crop, you just have to head on over to facecrop.com and grab that update. And then it should replace it. Yeah, awesome.
I wanted the face crop name initially, but I couldn't get facecrop.com because it was crazy expensive. And then I negotiated that with, I thought this new release warranted the purchase of facecrop.com. So that's why the name got changed.
Yeah. Feel free to ask questions, guys, because it is Q&A time. Or we're just going to sit here and chat about cropping. I think earlier we were talking about other, older softwares or older auto head sizing softwares out there that, cost a lot of money and you got to pay an annual license fee or even a per image charge even. And this is just a one-time purchase, right? That's it.
Yeah, it's just a $200 purchase. And I'm kind of using this program as kind of a gateway, I guess, more or less, to try to get Pixnub more into the school photography, because Pixnub historically has been sports photography. The programs have been built around that. Although there are school photographers using the sports photo automation and other software for school. But my thought was this is very school specific. And if I can get enough users on board with this, and I think it warrants the return on investment, I've got a lot more planned for the school photography industry, because I don't think there's any programs out there that can actually touch what this can do. Because I've actually worked with a lot of people who are using other programs for this, and the feedback I'm getting is that with the top of bow detection and graduation caps and that sort of thing, that nothing else can match what this can do. Additionally, this has about a 99.99% face detection rate. I've run tens of thousands of images through this, and it does not miss face detection. So I know some feedback I've got is other programs have had issues in cases missing faces, but this doesn't have those issues. It actually has 19 different iterations of the algorithm. So if it misses on that first one, it'll try different conditions to pick it up to 19 times. So back when I worked at Micron Technology, I actually worked, it wasn't face recognition, but it was, we measured computer chip thicknesses of different films, and we had to use pattern recognition on that. So I use a lot of that learning from that into this. So I don't think anything else will touch this, even though the price is a tenth of what others are charging.
That's pretty awesome. So you got some more questions coming in. What the difference between face crop and portrait crop is? Is there any big difference here?
The difference is this has the new algorithm, like I mentioned. So this has two algorithms. It has the old portrait crop algorithm, which you can select. It's called face detection only. And so what that does is that recognizes the facial features, and it tries to size based on like your chin, eyes, nose, mouth. It takes that and tries to guess at where the top of the head would be. But as anybody knows who does thousands of images, the girls show up with the bows in the top of their head, or you got people with the really tall hairstyles. And so for a yearbook crop, especially on the close crops, it screws it up because you don't have any margin on the top, or you cut off the top. So the face crop has the new algorithm, which is the default algorithm that does chin to the top of the subject. So if you notice in the video, those Photoshop guides where it was aligning to the top of the graduation cap, it's actually got two parts to the algorithm. The first one is it recognizes the face, the same as the old one. The second part is it looks for the subject for those things like the graduation cap, the bows on the top of their hair, ponytails or pigtails or whatever else, and it looks for the top of that. And then it combines that data together to get the chin position and the top of the subject, and then it crops based on that. And there's no other program. I don't even think any other programs claim to do that, but if they do, I don't think they actually do that. This is the only one on the market that does that. So the end result is you can crop thousands of images, and you don't have to go back and recrop images that messed up because of that. I hope that answers the question. It was kind of a long answer, but that's the answer.
Good. It's making our webinar longer, so you're good. So the other one is, the other question you got going on here is, can you set the crop to a specific print size, like a 5x7 or 8x10?
Yes, absolutely. I didn't show that in the video because I was trying to keep it really short. But yeah, you can set the output dimensions to anything you want. It doesn't have to be even the same aspect ratio. So you can set 5x7, 4x6, whatever you want. There's also the option to resample or not resample. So for example, if you want to make an 8x10 crop, which is a 4 to 5 aspect ratio, if you just crop to a photo, you're going to end up with a certain number of pixels, and it is what it is. So you can leave it at that, or you can say resample to 300 pixels per inch when it's done with the crop. So you get an 8x10 at 300 pixels per inch. So that's completely configurable, and you can and that saves in the preset. So you can have an 8x10 preset, a 5x7 preset. I think that was actually shown on one of the slides where it showed that if I'm not mistaken. But you can process all of those presets at once. So you can actually run your whole picture package through this. that's one of the things I just hinted on. But like I say, this program is something that's kind of I'm feeling out the school industry. But one of the things I have in mind that I'm not saying this will happen, but if I decide that it's worth my time to create more programs for the school industry, a whole print package system to create all your different crops for you and a system to better automate that. Something I'm thinking about as well that kind of ties into face crop. There's actually a few other things that tie into this. I guess I'm not going to discuss all those here because I have a few cards I'm holding face down until I'm ready to go all in. If any of you play Texas Hold'em, I've got about 2 or 3 cards face down that I'm not going to reveal yet until it's time. And I'm gauging those decisions based on how this does in the school industry. I've got a few other areas Pixnub is branching off into. Schools are one of them. Live event stuff is another. So we'll see. I think I chose to release this program first for the school industry above the others because I saw such a huge need for something that does this very simple thing of cropping and getting it right, because I didn't see anything else in the industry actually being able to perform with this to the level that this does. So
it's funny that you use the word simple because it is a simple thing, right? Just cropping, and we're talking all about cropping, but it's like one of the most important things when you take your images to print the final product.
I mean, if you've ever sat down in front of a computer and cropped 2,000 images one by one, you really appreciate something like this real quick. And although it's a simple thing from a programming perspective, it's not a simple thing with those bows and the graduation caps and that sort of thing, because there's a lot of artificial intelligence that actually goes into this. And that's something that just really hit the industry a few years ago. I'm actually leveraging Photoshop for this. So if you wonder why this is done in Photoshop and not standalone, because Adobe's got billions and billions of dollars invested in Photoshop and capabilities there. And since I happen to know Photoshop scripting pretty well, I said, why not use what they've done and build off of their billions of dollars in investment? Because honestly, I couldn't create something like this standalone. So, I mean, I'm piggybacking off of what Adobe has done, and that's pretty huge. And I don't think any other companies are doing that. And that's one of the reasons why this is where it is as far as the capabilities.
Well, I think it's safe to say that most studios have Photoshop, so it makes it easy.
Yeah, and if they don't, it's $10 a month. So
yeah,
if that business expense is too much for your photography business, then you probably ought to reconsider your career options. That's just my thoughts behind that.
Dennis asked a question here: is how quickly will this churn through 500 images?
It's kind of a loaded question because it really depends on your computer and the sizes of the images. On my computer, for an average, let's say 24 megapixel image, because I do a lot of testing with 4,000 by 6,000. On my PC, I'm getting about 6 seconds an image. On my Mac, I'm getting 3.5 to 4. So how many images did he ask for? I got to do some math here.
500. He said 500. That's the challenge.
So at 6 seconds an image, let's say it's 10 images per minute, so 50 minutes for 500. So let's just say let's say your computer's a little bit slow and you get 500 in an hour. In 10 hours, you'll get 5,000. So if you go to bed, wake up, have some breakfast, you got 5,000 images done.
Yeah, there you go. So Stella, to answer your question, when you're using Photoday and Capture, well, you know you're going to need those service items for the job that you're selling with Photoday. We found this tool. We were really excited when Damon released this because we thought it was the ultimate tool to run those images through Portrait Crop to get those consistent head sizes Face Crop, to run them through Face Crop before you upload them to Photoday. That way, when you do go ahead and do the exports, everything is ideal for that yearbook or service items export out of Photoday. But you know, that's one of the things we released 2.0 Photoday Capture, which again is using face recognition. Uses faces instead of barcodes or QR codes to do the image matching for you. It's actually really pretty magical. But the one thing that we were lacking was the the head sizing for the school part of Photo Day, and we found that this tool was the ultimate solution there. It's inexpensive, it's fast, it's easy to use, and Damon just does such a great job with all of the Pixnub products. And we already have a ton of users using the other Pixnub products for sports automation for all of their graphic work as well. So it just seems to just help streamline and automate the process. So we're really thankful for this, Damon. So thank you for creating so awesome tools here.
For sure. And I think too, on that point too, with facial recognition versus face detection cropping, those are two completely different algorithms. So to expect one to be able to crop to bows and hats and stuff is not going to happen, because it's looking at eyes and nose and facial features, which is far more complicated to actually recognize a person, who they are, than just to crop them. So I think, I think this goes hand in hand with Photo Day pretty well with that.
Awesome. You guys have any more questions for us today? Got slow on the questions, but we're here if you want to ask. Oh, I got to scroll up. Look, you got all kinds of questions here, and I was totally stuck here. Calvin made a comment here. You're building this with Photoshop, as the backbone is brilliant. The previous version saved our bacon last year with outdoor school portraits. Please continue development for the school market, as both markets are interchangeable. It's a great comment there. So awesome. Thanks, Stella. Oh, look, Doug said, hey, nice to meet you, Damon. He finally knows what you look like. So
I got a Facebook page. I don't have many pictures, but
question here from Al. Will this work for full-length dance poses or groups? What do you think about that?
I'm looking at the full-length dance poses, or not for groups, because it's going to find one face and just crop to that. Full length, not really. It's not really what it's meant for, because if you think about it, somebody could be 5'6", somebody could be 6'3", and have the same size of heads. So it's not going to be able to align those feet up. Although Photoshop does have a select subject feature that gets a pretty close alignment on feet and head. I was thinking possibly in the future of making a option that does a full length based on Photoshop's select subject feature, but I'm not going to promise that's going to be out in the future. This was more meant just for school yearbooks and, your waist up type cropping, even thighs up, I guess, and 3/4. But once you start trying to snap align feet to a very specific spot, no. I will say that the sports photo automation plugin can do that for cutout images, because it can align to the transparency. So if your image is cut out and the feet, there's going to be a bottom of that transparency, it can do some face alignment and scale to where those feet are. 'Cause for sports, that's a common thing you'll do. However, with face crop, I think the majority of the users are not going to have their images cut out. So that's why it's not easy to build that into a system like this that's looking for, or is trying to align to anything, even if it's not cut out. So, if you're using the cutout images, use sports photo automation, and it can do that.
Yeah, I think his second part to Al's question on that was, how does it handle a 4:6 crop and an 8:10 crop from the same pose?
Yeah, I think that the video kind of went over, well, didn't go over that per se. I showed a yearbook crop and more of a zoomed out crop, but those were two presets. You would just make a 4:6 preset and an 8:10 preset, and it'll crop one, and then it will readjust the crop for the next one. They don't have to be the same aspect ratio. Like I said, you can do as many presets as you want in one batch. You just need to create your own presets, which literally takes you 30 seconds to make a preset.
Yeah, and to just add to that, I think that Ray is asking, does this have, or how would you add like overlays along with the face crop when you're running it?
Face crop itself does not do any kind of photo merging. It's just a cropping tool. I guess the best answer I will say right now is the sports photo automation plugin. Mm-hmm. Once your images are cropped, you can run those through sports photo automation, even if it's not sports. but you can have a Photoshop template set up with an overlay or any number of layers, and then you can apply those through there.
Yeah. So so then we have with that is, are you going to add this to sports photo automation? Does this go in the SPA, or is it going to be its own separate thing?
Well, SPA has already got its own face recognition cropping system built in. And like I say, it has 10 different modes, and it has the feet alignment and the face alignment. The one thing sports photo automation does not have is the top of subject alignment with non-cutout images. Now, if your images are cut out, which most people use in sports photo automation do cut out images, it does have a top of cutout alignment and a bottom of the feet alignment. So the system is different, but it can pretty much do what it needs to do already. So there's really no need to build this into sports photo automation. Where sports photo automation lacks for the school people is a quick way to go crop 4 or 5 different crops from the same images. No need for CSV templates, no need for creating PSDs. You just take your JPEG images, you got 2,000 images, you want to make 4 crops, you just hit go. That's what this does. So it's a completely different system that's tailored for a different application. So the bottom line is, no, this isn't needed for sports photo automation right now. I can't see a need for it.
Yeah. Al, your question here, I think if your question is, so if you want to offer a package with wallets, 4x6, 5x7, 8x10, do you need to make 4 presets and run it 4 times and upload 4 images for each pose? I'm going to say, if you are taking these images over to Photo Day, you only need 1 image there, and then they can drop that image into the various projects or products and then pinch to zoom or crop if they want to. So I would suggest in, the school or sports world, depending on the type of image in the job, whether it's full length, 3/4 length, headshot, whatever, just making it making sure all images are either cropped for a majority of what you're selling. If you're selling mainly 5x7s, then you want to have that crop be that 5x7 ratio when you upload. That way, if your most popular products are 5x7s and wallets and 4x6s, then that's where your base crop should be, with those consistent head sizes. When you upload, you don't have to do it for each size if you're selling online. So hopefully that makes sense. You just have to do it once, make sure everyone's consistent, and upload. And just, like I said, pick the most popular product that you're going to sell, whether it's 8x10 or 5x7. If you think it's 5x7, make that your aspect ratio that you go with when you upload. It just makes it cleaner for the consumers when they're placing their orders. So, yeah. Anything else, guys? Thanks for your time today, Damon. I mean, we totally talked about cropping for 32 minutes.
Wow.
Now.
That was longer than I figured we could talk about cropping.
we were laughing about this.
It's an exciting program for saving time and money, but not really an exciting topic. But hey,
yeah, we wanted to make it entertaining for you guys. So last but not least, if you're not already a Photo Day user and you're interested in learning more what Photo Day is all about, this is our sign up page and our information about Photo Day and what it costs. There is no upfront fee to use Photo Day. So you can go there, pick a lab, sign up, start messing around with it, buy Damon's face crop, run it on all your images, upload it to Photo Day, check it out, and see if you like the storefront. So we only charge a fee when you make a sale, so we're directly tied to your success there. So, we got some other people making answers. Oh, okay. Thanks for answering that, Marcus. I think, he might be looking for that SPA product so he can add names or years or anything else. So
SPA, in case anybody's wondering, that's sports photo automation. Maybe that's what he was asking. What is SPA? I don't know. But that's on the Pixnub site. It's the automation program specifically for sports applications, which can be used for schools, although it's tailored around sports. And if this program does well, I do have some similar programs I'm thinking more tailored to be easier for schools. Not saying I'm going to make them yet. It's all based on return on investment. So if I think this program's selling well and it'll be worth my time, I have ideas for school-specific stuff. So keep that in mind if you're deciding to buy or not. If a lot of people buy, there's more cool stuff coming out.
Yeah. To answer your question, Kobe, do you have to use a lab? If you use Photoday, you have your own in-house lab. Right now, we do not have a self-fulfillment option. So yes, you have to connect with one of our lab partners. We have amazing lab partners, and that's, solely because the reason, with selling with Photoday, it's a little bit different than other solutions out there. Inside, as we connect your customers to you by way of text marketing. And then we really take control from there as far as drawing them back to the gallery when you publish. And we provide that ultimate customer experience where they can, they click a link from their text, they see their images, they can customize and crop inside those products, and they order. And that order goes directly to the lab. And all you do is, after you upload the photo day, you just sit back and watch the sales come in. But our system is marketing and driving those sales and sending the orders to the lab for you. The lab sends it directly to your customer, and your customer is notified all the way. So they get a text notification, just like Amazon, when it ships, complete with tracking information. So they know where their order is every step of the way, and it hopefully eliminates a lot of those phone calls of people going, "Where's my order?" So we are all about that automation and making life simple and taking out all those tasks. And that's why we did this webinar today. We really saw the benefit of using Face Crop alongside of our product again. And we thank Damon for making awesome tools, because everything that you've created so far has been super helpful. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me today, Lisa. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. And I did post an offer. I don't know if you guys seen that. I've never used this offer feature before, but it has a direct link on where you guys can click to go right over to the Face Crop website, but it is a separate website than Pixnub. So Damon actually has two sites now. He's got Pixnub.com and he's got Face Crop. So facecrop.com. So you guys want the Face Crop product, you head on over to that site. Is that right, Damon?
Yeah, I've got several. Actually, Easy Green Screen's got its own site too.
Oh, yeah.
I've got allstarpix.com, alienpix.com, damonbell.com coming out soon, and a few others to be named in the near future. So I'm expanding the Pixnub domain online.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time today. And I can't believe we did talk for 30 minutes about cropping, but awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed it and got some awesome information out of this. So we'll be at Photo Day. We're in the little live chat bubble. Once you sign up, or go to support.photoday.io if you want to reach out to us for more questions about what we went over today, or any functionality of Photo Day that you might be interested. And of course, head on over to Damon's site, facecrop.com, if you want information about his product. So thank you guys. Thanks for joining us today, and hope you have an amazing week.
Thanks. If anybody has any questions, just use the contact form on the website, and that'll go directly to me, and I can answer those.